2, 1.
I don't want that.
That was a hi-hat.
I don't want that part.
I'm sorry.
I'll do it again. Okay. Anyway, welcome to TigerBelly. I'm Bobby. We've got Khaly. We got Gilbert. We got Bryce in Georgetown in the room. We have a special guest tonight. Ooh. We don't have a lot of guests, but this one's very special. She's I call her a mutant.
I called her an alien.
She's an alien mutant, and I've been picking on her for so long. I don't feel bad about it. I should feel bad about it, but her name is Esther Povitsky.
Oh, you got it right this time.
A little bit.
What is it?
You said Povitsky.
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 I like when you say Pavonko.
Pavonko.
Yeah.
I'm going to call her Esther
Sounds
Pavonko.
like a figure skater.
And Esther is I'm going to say this. I like to give people props where they deserve it. I'm going to be honest with you. There has been no one like you in the stand-up comedy world. I don't know if that's a good thing, but but there has been no one like you in the 20 years that I've been doing stand-up.
You know what? Even from an outsider's perspective, you have a very, very specific and particular voice and look and overall image compared to anyone else. And I think that's, such a great advantage for you just because you're odd. You're odd.
Not odd in a way that like you're like Jeffrey Dahmer odd.
No, you're not Jeffrey.
You're more like, you're like
Andrew Cunanan odd?
No, it's like
he's half Filipino.
Like back in the day when they starting the circus.
Yeah, like a circus freak. No. No, not a circus freak.
I was
the girl that never ages.
But I also want to say that you're young, and why I also love you is that you're very neurotic, like I am. You get diarrhea all the time.
No, I don't.
Esther.
Your boyfriend does.
Yeah. Oh my God, don't say that.
But he does.
I'm the opposite. I get constipated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because he told me once, your boyfriend.
Oh my God.
I don't care. He told me once he takes what's that? Imodium AD before meals, just in case.
I know.
Which makes me
in case.
Imagine taking Imodium every meal, and just in case you're gonna get diarrhea.
That's living life in a prison.
No, he's being safe.
It's like putting a cork in it so that it never.
Exactly.
Like wearing a condom.
But he should address what is the problem.
It's probably IBS.
Yeah.
If it just goes through him each time.
Speaking of what is the problem, Khalyla, maybe you should come over.
Maybe I should, Esther. Our relationship is very strange.
Sure.
Yeah, because Khalyla's a nurse.
It's strictly a nurse-patient relationship. If you go through the history of our text messages, it's just a bunch of pictures of Esther's rashes, the inside of her mouth, like her tonsils, her CT scan.
I stopped watching photos. I mean, it's like Esther. I don't want to deal with it.
She'll text me from New Zealand. I think I'm dying.
Yeah.
What do I have?
Oh my God.
I was there for that one.
What kind of rashes do you get?
I get all sorts of rashes. When I was in New Zealand, I had a swollen lymph node. Khalyla's helped me so much throughout the years. I don't even know where to start, but there's so many. She's just so good and reliable that I keep coming back.
Yeah, she is. She's very reliable.
Knowing her has made my life significantly better.
Oh, that's really nice that you said
You're a touch hypochondriacal, but I think you know that.
I do, and I feel like I'm very aware when I'm texting you. I know this is crazy. Yeah. Hopefully I say that.
And when I was switching over phones and I was like, hey, sorry, I didn't reply back to your phone. My phone's broken. She was like, okay, make sure you have a phone soon, a new phone soon. It was a legit concern for her.
You needed her.
Just in case a new rash, sprouts up.
And I really love your stand-up, and
Thanks,
I think that you're gonna have a bright future.
Thanks, Bobby. I'm still waiting for it to kick in.
I understand that, but you know what? Things take time.
So is Bobby.
Mine too. Look at my fucking career. But you just did a pilot for ABCBS.
ABC
with
Freeform
ABC with our friend Benji.
Yeah.
What's his last name? Arfalao?
Aflalo.
I can't say it. Aflalo. Who's blind? He's legally blind.
Yeah.
Oh, is really? He?
I mean,
No.
I know, but he when he takes his glasses, he has to rub his eyes so much, and
he cries a lot.
He
you
cries
don't know
a lot.
why.
Yeah.
He's kind of cross-eyed, but that might be a secret. I don't know.
And what's great about being, my age and at the Comedy Store is that I've always been able to like go to open mics and see, because this Comedy Store, the staff, they're all comedians. It's such a tight knit family almost that I was able to see Esther and all these people grow, you know, in the business, and it's really just I just realized it now that it's a blessing, I guess.
How old were you when you came to LA?
21.
And you came from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And then you started doing stand up right away, or did you start in Chicago?
Yeah, no, I started right away here. That's when I met you and everyone at the store.
And have I been mean to you?
Yeah. No, you have not. You've never been
But
mean.
I drive you crazy.
But you are like, yeah, you're a jerk.
Like why?
Well, like
why?
I don't know, just like I feel like nights out when we're getting food, you just like you'll tell a story and then at the end we'll all be like so into it and excited and engrossed, and then at the end you'll be like, I made it all up.
Oh.
You'll just you're out to torture.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like you'll also give. You'll be so generous to the point where like one time years ago you were wearing a shirt and I was like, that shirt is so cool. Like, where did you get that? I want to get. You just took it off and gave it to me.
Yeah.
Which like.
Because I'm a special person.
Yeah, you are for sure.
No. Shut up, everyone. Everyone giggled. Fuck you, George. Everyone fucking giggled. All right. You don't even fucking know, dude.
No, it's true.
I'm a dream weaver, dude.
Well, the thing is at the Comedy Store when you first get there, like the older kids or the seniors, as you know, in my head, like they're scary and they don't really talk to you.
Yeah, and they haze you.
Yeah, but you, I feel like we're very welcoming to all the freshmen.
I am, but I'm very picky though.
Yeah.
If I see a young guy and I just in the bottom of my heart believe that they have no chance, I'm mean in a way that I'm like I scare myself. Because I want to be nice to people, but I'm so cold.
Like, what would you say to them?
I can't believe you were nice to Benji.
No, I loved him. You could tell though with Benji.
Really?
Yeah,
he
because
said that you brought him to the store.
I did. You know, I brought Kevin Christie. He had never done stand up before. I brought him to the store. I convinced Matt Edgar to stay in it.
Oh, Matt too.
What's that little fucking Mexican or whatever that from Florida? What's her name? The girl?
Kim Congdon. She's Puerto Rican.
Whatever.
Oh, Kim Congdon.
Whatever.
Mexican.
She goes, I'm going back to college. I go, if you do, your career's over. And then she quit college, and she lived in L.A.
But you also say this to everybody you meet.
That's
we
not
talked
true.
about it the last episode.
That's absolutely fucking
You give
not
them
true.
false. He gives a lot of people false hope, and it's a chronic syndrome of his.
I don't. You know what? By you saying that now, really puts my throat in a red.
You just admitted to it
I understand
last
that, but
week. Why would you?
I know, but now,
understand.
when I think about what you're saying now, is you're absolutely fucking wrong.
Okay, tell me how.
Because the stuff that I do with other people are like, you know, the people that I want to just stop talking, let me get out of the situation. It's pretty much like a 101 statement that I always say, you know. Like, you just got to follow your dreams or whatever, right? But that's like bullshit. When I say to people, quit going to college and move to LA, I think I pretty much mean it. You know, and I meant it to her. I think Esther should stay in it, and that's that. You know, and I love everything about her. I've known her for a long time, but I also know her previous boyfriends.
Oh boy.
Tony Hinchcliffe, right?
Yeah.
We love names here, by the way.
Yeah. You used to eat your butthole, huh?
Yeah.
Esther, go back to the mic. Answer that.
A lot of guys have eaten my butthole.
Yeah, that's the thing I've heard.
It's not.
It's a grapevine.
Do you ask for it?
No, I don't ask for it. It just happens.
You know, you do have a look. If I were a guy, I'd probably go for your asshole first.
What is it?
Because you're
A child.
you look like yes, that's what it is.
You're a
Yeah.
child.
It's like you look like I should violate you. Because
Yeah.
you're so pure and innocent looking
Yeah.
that would probably go for the grossest thing first.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
your
just
cheeks probably look like marshmallows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like bulbous and white and round.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah?
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
the first weekend that I met you. The first thing she said to me, she's like, "Do you want to see my boobs?" And she just showed me
Yeah.
her boobs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
she
like-
did that.
That was
yeah.
our bonding moment. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I like this girl."
That must have been because I liked your boobs and just wanted to see yours.
Probably, but yeah, I never showed you mine. You just showed me yours. It was a one-sided rapport there.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Bobby memories is when I was at the Comedy Store and you were upstairs by the old office with Russell Brand.
Uh-huh.
And I walked in the room and like got scared and walked out. And then afterwards you're like, why didn't you come over? I would have introduced you to him. And then you told me that I had the social skills of an 18th century ghost.
Yes, that is
because
true.
Russell, I think he said, Russell said, what was that? A ghost? I didn't know that was a human being. No, it was a ghost. I didn't know Russell. Because what Russell Brand would do is he would light candles around in a room and have to do, like, I'm not kidding you, 1 hour meditations before he did his 15-minute spot. You know, that's how he does it. That's fine. Everyone has their own ritual, right? But when you came in and out, right, it took him out of his, like, meditation, right? And so he saw something white in his peripheral vision, right? And he thought it was a ghost. And I had to convince him that it was Esther.
It's a stand-up at the club.
Did you ever end up meeting him?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you fucked up.
It's fine, but it was nice of you that you offered that.
He's a good dude. You're a good person. And then I also love... I want to get back into your butthole. I'm sorry.
I want to get back into your butthole.
So when they don't ask to eat your butthole and they just dive right in, you don't say no, or you like it?
Why would I say no? And no, I don't like it. I don't have like a strong opinion on it. My thoughts like, hey, if we're at this point where we're both doing these things, like, not, we're naked in a bed together, like, just do whatever,
Yeah.
Go,
and you pretend you like, ooh, you say things?
No, I don't really pretend I like anything. I feel like lately, over the years, I feel like I'm starting to realize I'm just like, I lie there and just whatever happens.
Like a ghost.
Like a ghost.
Like a 18th century
ghost. Yeah.
When they penetrate you, do you feel things? Or are you numb? I don't get it. Are you like
weird, yeah.
Morrissey? Like you're asexual? I mean, you're into it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Guess.
I was just like, yeah, sex stuff is happening now.
She's like a kid. I guess sex stuff is happening.
But wow. So then now you're dating one of my favorites.
Yeah, I have a great boyfriend now.
He literally is one of my favorites, Dave King.
Him, yeah.
And if you don't know who Dave King is, he is also an actor.
Kind of.
He is, but he's, he does act.
He's a writer who's
he did Parks and Rec. He wrote for that. And now he writes for Love.
Yeah, which you're in.
Which I'm in and you're in.
Kinda.
What do you mean? We did a scene together?
That's true.
The party scene?
Yeah, that's true. I show up at parties.
Yeah, Esther and I had a party scene
party.
in Love, the second season, which is coming out next year or whatever. But
yeah, I think January.
The scene was with me,
Mm-hmm.
you, the lead singer from the Eels.
Oh yeah, you got so starstruck.
I know. Do you remember?
That was amazing. Bobby like froze up around this one guy. It was so weird. He was just all of a sudden this guy walks in and Bobby just goes to everyone in the room. He's like, I don't know what to do. I can't.
Yeah.
I gotta leave.
Yeah, I have to leave.
Just to everyone.
Yeah. And you know why?
To every person.
Because he's out of my element. You have your we have our world.
Yeah.
Right. One time, I was at Maria Menounos. You know who that is?
Yeah, I do. I have her book. I have all 3 of her books.
Maria Menounos fan?
Every Girl's Guide to Life, Every Girl's Guide to Dieting, Every Girl's Guide to Exercise.
Amazing. You really think she's a good author?
I love the first book. The second 2, Take It or Leave It.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Well, I did a movie with her, so one time I was at her house, right? She invited me to her Christmas party. And I was talking to this fucking nerd. And I was embarrassed. I'll show you why it was a horror. So I see this nerd. I thought he was an editor. He looked like an editor to me, right? So I'm sitting there like I didn't know who to talk to. He goes, "Hey, dude, what's up? You do comedy, right?" And I go, "Yeah." What nerd?
What nerd?
Like I didn't say that out loud, right. But in my head I was like, I have to talk to this nerd now? At this party. So I decided to go, you know what, I'm gonna pull Hollywood shit here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, Matt TV I mentioned, shitty movies I've fucking been in, right? And I talked about, headline, you don't know, man, like, the road is tough. Like I was doing all that whole thing.
Yeah, that whole, yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. 40 minutes.
Wait, hold on. You had to tell him how you were like, I played for 300, 400
Yeah, 300 people sell out, right? And then I go, anyway, I was going to try to get out of the situation. So anyway, my name is Bobby. What's your name? He goes, Josh Groban. I go, see you. I left. And in my head, I go, I've heard of that before.
You raised me up.
He plays arenas.
Yeah. And then it dawned on me. the horror of what I did, right? And then what I spent for the next 2 hours is trying to find Josh Groban in this fucking party to apologize, and I never saw him again.
Wow.
To be fair, he definitely, just because he's Josh Groban doesn't mean he's not a nerd still.
That is true. And you know what? That's why I like it. Yeah. That's right. You know what? You spun it, and you try to back me up there, and that's a fucking friend.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking nerd.
He's a fucking nerd.
You heard it here on
right?
TigerBelly.
I felt bad for so long.
He sings a song called like "Lift Me Up."
Yeah. What a fucking homo.
That one.
Or just nerd. Just nerd. Just
different.
nerd.
Homo nerd.
I'm sorry.
Just different. Come on.
I'm sorry. You're not a homo. But so that's why when I saw the guy from the Eels, because I have such because it's music and because I don't know much about that world, I freak the fuck out.
Do you get paranoid like him where you first meet somebody and then you assess in your mind, you go over it in your mind, like, did that go well?
Yeah.
Did I make a fool out of myself?
Oh my God, yeah.
And it consumes you for like the whole rest of the day?
Yeah, and when I meet people and I can tell that they're that way, and the way I can tell is because afterwards they'll like text you and like when you run into someone and then afterwards they text you and they're like, I'm sorry I said blah, blah, blah. And in my head, I'm like, I don't even notice anything weird you said. Like, this person is so neurotic. And then I always think of that when I feel that way. And I'm like, they texted me that and they never needed to. So I try to like channel that and just let it go.
Have you guys ever burned a bridge you regret?
Oh, I have so many.
I mean, I know you do. But like, have you ever, let's say, like outwardly said something about somebody and didn't know the amount of power they actually like wielded, you know? And
I don't really know what you're saying right now.
like for instance, Esther and I found this girl on the internet. Remember the girl who was bragging about her what did she say?
There is this girl, this model that actually one of our friends, Nick Goosen, is friends with, and he texted me her Facebook post and it was like, I know this is crazy, but you know, it's the struggle. I just booked an acting gig in New York, but I'm in LA. Does anyone have a private jet that might be heading to New York this week? I'd love to catch a ride. And it was like #struggling actress.
It was the worst thing. I lost my fucking mind.
It triggered me and Khalyla so hard.
I mean, I looked into this woman's childhood history. I started sending
Esther. That's how obsessed you got?
I got so obsessed. Like, this was the female version of that fan to me.
Yeah.
Like
whoa.
I'm just saying.
No. Take that back. I'm a huge fan. I am.
You know who else actually is a huge fan that just recently talked about it?
Who?
Hannibal Buress.
He loves that fan?
Yeah, he said he was a huge that fan.
Really?
Fan back in the day. But he's
really?
like, nah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess when you, but anyways,
continue.
let's say for instance we had like put her on blast, or like you had written a post on Facebook, right? Like we didn't really know who she was, right? But what if she turned out to be somebody like way, like a big time producer?
Here's what I think about that. Because I have that kind of thing in mind, I guess a little bit. Like I don't want to upset anyone or ever hurt anyone's feelings, whoever they are. To me, whoever's post that post was so ridiculous. I don't care who it was. I can rationalize to that person's face. Let's say it's the head of Paramount or whatever it would be. I don't even believe that there's any one person that has control over your future anyway. But if it was, I'd just be like,
I'm going to write that down. Go ahead.
I would just look at that person in the face and be like, that post was ridiculous. Like, I'm
sorry,
bitch, I'm from Illinois. Like, my sister's a waitress and is raising 2 kids. And like, I just like be like, I can't imagine what you wrote being anything acceptable.
Yeah.
It's just
true.
What did I just say to write down?
I don't think any one person has control over
That's a great point. I want to talk about that for a second, okay? Is you do come into LA when you're like, you don't know anybody and you think that you make one mistake, right? And it's going to devastate your career. And I know producers, huge actors, executives probably, that fucking hate me. I really do. They hate me. And it's not in my mind. They say it. You know, and I know that they don't like me. And I used to like be devastated by it. I've accepted those things, and I'm still gonna work. Mm-hmm. You're still gonna work.
It is weird. Like you wonder what propels that myth that like you have to just tiptoe around Hollywood because once you piss off the wrong person.
I think you used to be that way. I think because of the internet,
everybody probably starts off that way, where you feel like you're indebted to somebody on a higher rung than you. I think that's generally that's why LA is full of this type of like desperation, and you feel it. Like even going to the comedy store, like there is that sense of like, you know, how many rungs can I climb today? You know?
Yeah, but 20 or 30 years ago, there was these moguls, maybe 4 or 5 moguls, right, that had all the power, right? And there was, 5 or 6 TV stations, 4, right? So it's like, it was a small world. So you fucked around with one guy, had a lot of power, you're fucked. But now, in this climate, with a billion networks, with a billion producers, a billion, you know, executives and, you know, moguls, you know, it's like you piss off one person, their enemy will hire you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yeah, it's just, you know.
It does feel like this like old Hollywood quote that we maybe learned just from watching movies, where it's like, you'll never work in this town again.
Yeah.
Just maybe we learned it from TV
the movies
too.
Yeah.
Like the only person that I can think of that was maybe like people think of in that way is Lorne Michaels, and I don't even think of him as.
Oh yeah, I don't. I mean, I was in his cartoon, the Awesomes, right? And Seth Meyers emailed me and said, I really want you in this, but and I know that everyone got offers, but he said Lorne wants you to read, and I go, I will not.
Wait, what?
I will not. And so like 2 months went by, and I just assumed I didn't get it, and then I got another email. You're gonna do it.
There you go.
But when I went in into the first session, there was 40 more people there than they normal, you know, because I got the job obviously. So I think there was a bunch of people there just to see if I could do it. And then the next session, there was only 2 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was getting calls from New York, giving me notes and all this stuff, right? But still, it's like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gave everyone an offer and I have to read, go fuck yourself.
That's great.
And he's never going to hire me. I'm a Mad TV guy. There's no way. So he already crossed him off my list, bro. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't know, but I don't know him.
I think that's the beauty of where it's at today. It's like there's a space and place for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that you can find your own little quiet street where only you can exist. You know, you don't have to always be in this like ugly competition with others.
Yeah, and it's like people will say like, what's your end all be all? Like, what is what you want your dream? And there's almost like no answer anymore, because I don't know, I just want to keep working, and there's so many opportunities and options that it's not like the old days where I felt like, you used to feel like, okay, you have to be on SNL, or you have to like be on the Comedy Central roast, or like there's all these things that felt like you had to do those to break out, and now it's like, no, you can just like, be yourself.
I mean, you can have your hands in like multiple cookie jars. You can start your lip kit.
I'm in two
Esther lip kit.
I'm in 2 YouTube movies. Like I'm in 2 YouTube movies coming out.
Yeah.
And they're both studio films. One's a Universal one, one's
That's
a
crazy.
fucking Lionsgate one. And it's like, they're YouTube movies. And these are YouTube kids that generated a crowd online. And, you know, now studios are like, here's a bunch of money, make a movie. So it's like, that's definitely has changed. And I want to defend that fan for a second, because you brought his name out. Okay? He's on a fucking TV show coming out on Hulu called Startup with Martin Freeman.
It's on Crackle. Not
Martin
Hulu.
Freeman.
What? I don't know.
It's on Crackle.
It's on Crackle. No, is that Crackle?
Yeah,
it's on
Hulu
Crackle.
is not
On Crackle,
Crackle.
I mean, sorry. And I just want to read this quote from him. Okay?
Okay.
May I?
Yes.
You may.
So in the trailer, he doesn't have any lines. I think he looks like he's a
We show
stuntman,
Esther
but
the
I'm sure he's
photo.
great. So this is him, right? And his quote is, and he quoted his own quote, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
It really is
That's one
brilliant.
word.
He put it in quotes.
He put his own quotes in quotes, okay? And I want to read it out loud. May I read it out loud?
Yeah.
Please do, sir.
When I was a child, I prayed to the universe that one day I would have the opportunity to affect millions of people for the better. Dad fan.
This is a defense?
No, I'm saying that that's true.
You said you were trying to defend him earlier.
I am defending him. He's a fucking star. He's got millions of people. He only has 7,000 followers, and he's not verified.
There she goes. There it is.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
it is. That's
but-
it. There we go.
But
We're waiting for that.
He's 7,000, but he's not verified. I'm verified. I have 142,000. But my point is this. My point is this. Is that he's generating all this fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Millions of people are really clamming to get him. And I want you to apologize to my viewership about what your comment about that fan.
Hey, I just likened him to another chick whose post we hated. I didn't say anything about
you.
him.
I didn't. You don't hate his posts.
I
His
think
shit is
he's
legitimate.
fucking the quintessential example of delusional actor. Like I'm sorry, it's just
I might shut down the fucking thing. Shut down the fucking thing.
I'm sorry if he's your friend.
He's my
like
friend
I don't.
and-
Hashtag dad and friends. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He knows fucking the lead singer from Aerosmith.
Steven Tyler?
Yeah. I mean, he went hiking with him.
Who
Is that for
calls
real?
Steven Tyler the lead singer of Aerosmith?
Bobby
I
Lee
forgot
does.
his name, so I call him the lead singer of Aerosmith. Like, I don't know that guy that plays Frasier. I say the guy in Frasier.
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer,
That's his name?
sweetie, yeah.
Let's move on.
I just feel that Steven Tyler has transcended lead singer of Aerosmith.
Esther, shut the fuck. Let me look at me right now, okay? Let me say something right now, okay?
Oh no.
No, just listen. I know he's transcended it. Why? Because he hosted what? Some sort of game. What did he do?
He did
America's
Idol.
Got Talent.
American
Idol.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
American Idol. Yeah.
But he's still the lead singer of Aerosmith.
That is true. I
And he's
didn't
gonna
know
be-
who you were talking
And
about.
he's always going to be the lead singer of Aerosmith.
I've just never heard him
That's
referenced
fine.
that way.
That's fine. Let's move on from that.
Let's just close the
Let's close
case.
the case. All right. And you know what? Because of your tone is the reason why I treat you the way I do. It's the reason why I hit you in the face.
Oh my God.
Do I not slap you in the head?
You've hit me a few times.
A few times, yeah.
you,
And
That's the only way he knows how to show love. It really is. So I would take that with. You
no,
know.
I do. I feel great about it. Every time he hits me, I feel really pretty.
But so your life is great. I mean, you're not you do love. You know, what I mean, I know that's you have a huge part, but that's a great show, don't you think?
Getting to do a few episodes
Yeah.
of Love, yeah, that's really cool. I
It's
mean,
cool.
it's any project that has Judd's name on it. It's like
It's
cool.
great. Yeah, and he's a
he
nice
loves
guy.
you.
I love him.
Yeah,
Do you love him?
I love him.
He's
of
the best.
course.
He's
What's
so
not to
nice.
love?
He's so-
He's a
so
great
nice.
guy.
Do you like working with your boyfriend?
I love it. I want to do it all the time, but he does not like it.
Why doesn't he like it?
He just, I don't know, he doesn't want to work with me, like, because we needed to hire a showrunner for me and Benji's pilot, and Dave was available, but he turned us down.
I get it though.
But I think he specifically does not want to work with me and Benji together.
I think that
So we
there is something healthy about separation of powers to be strong and
Yeah, I agree. I mean, after doing this pilot with Benji and how much we fought and how many times I genuinely felt hatred towards him, I was like, wow, if this was me and Dave, like this, that would be hard.
yeah.
But I don't know. I still think there would be something nice about if we worked together someday. I'm not ruling it out.
Like maybe if you guys had to work together like once a week, that would be
Yeah.
kind of a happy medium. But if it was every day, like 12 hours a day and just grinding it out, you guys would drive each other crazy.
Yeah. But I do feel like he's such a successful writer, and I'm like, why am I even dating this successful writer if he's not helping me? This did not turn out the way I planned at all.
But you know what? I mean, in many, I don't look at it that way, but I don't view you that much different than Dave.
Oh, that's nice.
It's like people know who you are. You've done At Midnight a bunch of times, right?
Well, yes, that's
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah.
How many times have you done it?
4 times.
Yeah, I've done it twice. They
I'm a
won't ask me
girl.
back. That doesn't
I haven't
matter.
been back in a while.
I don't care. I mean, you're asked to do things that are the relevant hip thing to do, right? It's like,
This podcast.
well, I don't know. Thank you.
And
But-
you're in
Yeah.
with a lot of like she's in with like all the fashion bloggers and stuff.
Really?
A couple.
Yeah.
I have my fashion friends now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It doesn't look like I have fashion friends, but I'm wearing a shirt from the Universal theme park from the Psycho ride.
You're a kid.
Yeah.
And then, and also, and you're in a great relationship.
Yes.
Yeah,
so are
so-
you guys.
You think? How do you view us?
Yeah, how do you view
Like,
us?
I'm in love with you guys, and genuinely just even being here, I'm like, God, I wish I was just around here more. Just because you guys are funny. Because I think you do what my parents do, which is you guys cancel each other out. Like, I always say, like, I don't like being around one parent. I need both, because then, like, they'll manage each other. And I think that's what you guys do. Like, if my mom says something annoying, my dad will, and vice versa. And I feel like you guys do that. Like, because if she says something you don't like you call him out.
Yeah, but then I think we've made it a habit to shut each other down, even if we agree with the other person.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like even if we completely agree on the same topic, he has to be the antagonist. He has to be play devil's advocate. He has to give me the contrary always.
But
always,
don't you
always.
like that?
I mean,
Sometimes
I just need for him to be on board.
Yeah.
You know, like if I need, if let's say I'm venting about somebody, and he'll always take maybe she's going through this. I'm like, no, I need you to just agree that she's a dumb cunt.
Yeah.
Can we agree?
That's how my boyfriend is too. He is like so about taking the contrarian side of things. Like he'll try and find any fight. For example, he defends pedophiles. He's like, pedophiles, they have no rights. Like he always goes on about like how pedophiles have no rights and they're disrespected and mistreated.
I'm going to say this, and I can't believe I'm going to say this.
Oh.
All right, and you might have to edit this out. Okay.
Oh, God.
So just, you know what I mean? But what the most infuriating TV show ever made was Catching a Predator.
It's a great show.
That's a great point.
Especially when a kid is 19 or 20 and the girl is supposed to be 16. A 4-year difference, right? First of all, somebody made the age 18. It doesn't say it in the Bible. Does it in the Bible say that, you know what I mean, a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old can't fuck?
That's a U.S. government
You know,
law.
But a human being, some human being,
A lawmaker,
lawmaker made it up.
They
yeah,
decided
because
it,
I almost feel like a 16-year-old in the United States is far less emotionally and mentally developed than a 16-year-old in other countries. I really, really do believe that. I think that they are stunted here.
Yeah.
Just, we rear them differently here. Because, I mean, you're right. Like in the Philippines, nobody bats an eyelash when a 20-something-year-old dates a 15-year-old. I mean, sometimes that 15-year-old can really hold her own. When I was 12, I had an 18-year-old boyfriend, and I blew him. I didn't lose my virginity to him, but I blew him regularly.
There we go.
And you know what? Yeah. And he used to finger blast me, and I didn't even have my period yet.
He used to stick his fucking 18-year-old
and you know what? And he was
fingers into her fucking little pussy.
And he was he's still a well-known businessman. Like he's a guy who
I've never heard this before. This story before.
You've met him. When we went to the Philippines,
I fucking met him.
When we go,
she didn't even tell you.
The finger blaster.
He shook her hand. He shook her
shook his
hand.
finger blasting hands.
Wow.
He picked us up from the airport.
He picked us up from the fucking airport. That fuck. I remember him now.
Do you remember his?
Wow.
We used his van.
We used his van. The guy that finger blasted my girlfriend when she was 12.
You just learned this?
I just learned that now. Wow.
Why are you still in touch with this guy?
Because my island is so small, everybody kind of knows everybody.
And she said that there's like 8 people. Like there's 8 people on the island. There's millions of people on the fucking island.
We have 100 million people in the
100 million on
Philippines,
the
actually.
Yeah.
Did you feel anything when you were 12 getting fingered?
Yeah, I was super horny. I think I was horny even before I knew what horny was.
But did you you didn't have an orgasm at 12?
I did.
What?
Yeah,
Very
I had my
advanced.
very first orgasm at 12, and I couldn't understand my emotion. The only thing I hated about the experience was that I felt extremely depressed afterwards, like a lot of guilt. After the orgasm, like kind of like post-coital blues.
When did you lose your virginity, Esther?
I guess kind of young, 15.
What happened?
After a Britney Spears concert, my boyfriend and I of 1 month, we decided to go for it. We'd been together for 1 month, and I had a crush on him for like a year. So it's like, I gotta just go for this.
Did you have hair down there at that point?
Yeah. Probably. I don't remember.
What was that a weird question?
At 15, most girls are fully haired.
Scientist?
Science.
He's still shocked from the fact that you learned that he met the guy
that's a completely different thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, can we go back to why you hate catching a predator?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
think it's entrapment, or do you think it's...
There's some entrapment there, and it's also like, okay, if you're a 40-year-old man, obviously, a 40-year-old man with a wife and kids, and you're trying to get a 16-year-old girl, that's
Weird.
fucking weird and
But
gross.
does that mean you deserve to be put on blast on a TV show? I don't know.
Especially, it's also, it's not a court of law, the show.
It's not.
Right? So basically what they're doing is they're ruining somebody's life forever. It's TV. So basically they have kids, they have, a wife. maybe he has a screw loose and he made a bad decision. I mean, it's fucked up, yes, okay, and it's illegal, all right, I get it. But I don't think that a 19 or 20-year-old boy, you know what I mean, who's trying to fuck a 17-year-old girl should be, you know what I mean. I don't think.
And
there's
the
any
only
problem
reason
with that.
he's saying this is because a couple days ago, he doesn't know this, but I found out he signed up for a new site called Club 17.
What's that? Oh my!
That's probably a porn site, Esther.
You don't sign up for a porn site.
No,
No,
he does.
he
He gets a
pays.
password. He pays for it.
And he's HD.
Yeah, because he needs HD only.
What is Club 17?
Well, the first one was Olders for Youngers, and then now the new one is Club 17. And he doesn't know I know, but
Oh, is this another reveal just now?
yeah.
I belong to different porn sites.
You do? What is your?
Remember?
What's your budget?
I spend like, I don't know, one of them is like $100 a year or whatever.
That's not bad.
They're like $100 a year.
Yeah.
You do the year package. I don't like grainy porn.
Green.
Like Pornhub is like
Yeah, it's
grimy.
too grainy. You know what I mean? Like I need it to be clear. I like newer, you know what I mean? Just newer girls, you know, and yeah, I mean, I watch pornography, and I have certain fetishes. You know, I was into a couple of months ago the old men and the little girls, not the little girls, but the
Olders
18
for Youngers.
Yeah.
That's what the site is called.
like 80-year-old men and 18-year-old girls.
Is that Khalyla? You can confirm that's what that.
Oh, well,
Oh,
I
it's-
found out. Then I had to confront him
You
on this
confronted me.
podcast, too.
And it could be wrong. And you know what? I stopped watching that.
because he's on Club 17 now.
No, it's Club 17. Don't just say something about Club 17, okay?
He's plugged for them right
Shut
now.
the fuck up, all right? Club 17, there are other umbrellas underneath, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
They're networks, yeah.
no, shut the fuck up, all right? You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? So what I'm saying is that, have you heard of Tamieto? You haven't. Tamieto is a skateboarding, you know what I mean, company. But they have different skateboarding companies within that. They have Girl or Zero, you know, Toy Machine. They're all under Tamieto's, you know, umbrella, right? And like they're different. No, there's different skate teams in the, you know, one's punk rock, one's more Ivy League, whatever, you know. So it's like Club 17 has an umbrella. So there's a specific. I don't watch Club 17. There's something else that's all.
Look, I don't.
I just feel really like I'm sweating. I'm defensive about
No.
it.
I guarantee
I don't
everyone.
judge.
I watch porn.
because but that's not it. It's because now you tied in, right? Catching a predator.
Oh, with the Club
with Club and 17.
That was a segue. It was a
and I was
segue.
defending, you know what I mean, the pedophiles on, you know, catching them. Now I feel like I'm trying to be a pedophile, and I'm not.
But to make you feel better, Dave doesn't think pedophiles are all that bad.
His
what's his
argument
defense?
is
Yeah.
just that they're treated unfairly. You know, they have to register in neighborhoods where like
Yeah.
certain people don't. Also, like
Yeah.
think of they're fighting this like desire that they don't want to have. And I mean, he'll say it.
So he
better
sees
than
it as a mental illness that you're basically like hardwired to be a certain way.
I think so, and
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say it
I
the
see
way
it
he
f-
can, but he, yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
get
he doesn't
that.
think. Oh, wait, no,
I mean, it's like
let's-
saying
for-
I see it as some people see it as a mental illness, right? If
Yes.
you don't know that person's past traumas, you don't know what led up to his like current behavior of being like a pedophile, and he has this just strong urge to commit what we consider a crime, and he doesn't know where it comes from. He just feels this urge, right? It's like this hunger. So
No,
yeah, I get
Dave
that.
looks
If
at it
it's-
as a disease, which it is, okay, like alcoholism, right? And he thinks that there should be healthier ways of dealing with pedophiles.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but the act in itself is abhorrent, which I believe
of
it's an
course.
an abhorrent act,
Of
right?
course.
And I was molested. I hated it. It fucked up my life. My brother was. I should not say that, but
You said it before.
molested.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, you were molested.
I think that
Were you
a lot
molested?
of people
Oh, no.
have been, you know.
Well, you were never molested.
Wow, you're so lucky. I actually think you're in the minority.
I was not.
Are you sure?
I'm serious. Yeah. I mean, like aunties, they grab my balls, but that's normal.
That's fucking
That's
molestation.
normal. No,
it's not. No, it's not.
Normal in Filipino
It's-
culture.
They're
That's
church
not really?
ladies. They're church ladies. It's okay.
Yes. Totally
Wait.
normal.
They say pull out your ball and then they touch it.
No, they go wee wee like when you
know,
pass
I'm
by.
not-
They go wee wee.
My mom will hate this, but I'll say this. My grandma apparently she used to tell me she used to put when I was a baby. She used to put my penis in her nostril.
I mean, I think that's just.
Okay,
I
stop,
would,
stop,
yeah.
stop.
But she goes, "Did you boy?"
That right there
That's like being.
is what's your grandmother's name?
Not doing that.
Yeah. What's
No,
your
we're not
grandmother-
doing that.
I'm filing a fucking lawsuit.
Or on my back.
Yeah, that's fucking illegal, dude. That's fucking molestation. If I was a baby, just listen to me. Fuck you. If I'm a baby, gaga, right, and my dick is in somebody's nose, right, and then later I have like nose obsessions. You know what I mean? Like all I want to do when I see people's noses, I get erection, right? I mean, that could really have life-altering fucking.
Now that you say that,
Yeah.
I do like women's noses and feet. Those are like my thing.
Do you really?
You like feet?
And noses, yeah.
I always wonder where fetishes arise from.
Do you have one?
Feet is I know why feet because of Dominique Mucciano 96.
Oh my
Olympics.
God, I
used to
love
get hard from her.
her.
My family made fun of me. They says, "Oh, is the thing getting hard, Gigi boy?"
But Dominique Mostiano was very cute. She had
Yeah.
a cute little like button.
No, her feet were cute.
Oh, her feet. I don't know what.
Wait, so
I'm
She's a
sorry.
gymnast.
I'm revealing too much. Can we stop?
are you one of the people that in the world that has the foot fetish that we can never understand why it's so popular, but it's you?
I don't like watching foot porn, but I like when I'm with a girl. I like to maybe she'll be like, "Why do you keep massaging my feet?"
Does it have to be nice feet though, or just any feet?
Okay,
more
if
importantly,
you
the
met a
pedicure.
girl,
Yes.
right, and she's just a 10,
Yeah.
but her feet look like mine.
Oh God.
Hey, you want me to know what I'll say? I'll say,
talons.
"Hey, unfollow me on Instagram, unfriend me on Facebook, lose my number."
You being fucking real right now?
Yeah,
dude?
it's like Megan Fox and her thumb. They've that like the hitchhiker's thumb.
Yeah.
But on the big toe,
Yeah.
goodbye.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's your absolute deal breaker?
I mean, there's so many. It's less about a deal breaker and more just like, do you fit into like? I think for me, it's just like the guy I'm dating now. I saw him and was like, that guy is hot. That's like what I want. And then when I talked to him, he was like, I could tell he was smart and had a job, and so then from there, I was like, we're good.
But
Yeah.
physical, so he could have done nothing wrong. Or let's say he took his shoes off in front of you on your first date, and you realized they were all just blacked out with just shit tucked underneath. And
I
his
mean, that
feet
would
smelled.
be super gross if you just had like some weird major hygiene issue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think once I see someone and like them and connect with them, I'm pretty much willing to overlook
Everything.
whatever. Yeah.
And I have to say this too about Dave is that did they allot him as my guy? Because when I'm on set, he's the only one that gives me notes.
Oh, he's the on-set guy.
He
he's
is?
the writer on set,
He's the writer on set,
and he's the one that does that. Yeah.
so he does it to everybody.
Yeah.
Because because I thought, my God, they had. I'm so terrible.
A special coach.
They have a special coach who's my friend to tell me. You know what I mean? And he's very clear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Speed it up. All right. You know, say this at this time.
was like,
You know,
why
very
do-
nice. You know what I mean?
No, that's his gig. Because I feel like usually you'd think that comes from the director, but it seems like from what I've realized, like in TV, it's really the writers that have all the power, and he's like the on-set writer that gives the notes to everyone. And
Yeah,
he,
he-
in fact, in our pilot, he was on set for some of the days and was
Oh,
giving
he did?
notes. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool. He helped Benji mostly.
God, you guys are like a power couple then, because you guys are both talented. I love him so much.
Who's your favorite power couple?
You guys.
You think we are?
But for real though. But like aside from
No.
us, like everybody
I
has
think-
their favorite.
Baby, stop for a second.
Oh, we're not that powerful, baby. Let's keep it
I
real.
know, I know, but can I say this?
Yeah.
I'm not fucking kidding you. When I go on the road now, right? Where's Khalyla?
Boom. Power
Every fucking night, 30 times a night. Where's Khalyla? Where's Khalyla? Did she come? Did she come? Did she come? So in my opinion, we are a power
I just like
couple.
to infiltrate your identity. So like the next girl after me will always have to deal with that.
Can I tell you something? I love that. That's
a great thing.
amazing. That's brilliant. I get you.
What do you mean by that?
I just need her to struggle past like the association between the I will always have with you. Like she can never be TigerBelly. She's
Yeah.
gonna hate the fact that we did hundreds of episodes together.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
everyone will always associate the both of us. I never
Yeah.
had to deal with that with you. You've only dated girls like for 1 year at a time. we've been together for years.
It's true.
You've met my other girlfriends?
I don't know if I ever actually met them, but I just know that it was not this long.
Yeah. This is over 3 years now.
Yeah.
Over 3?
Yeah. Do you think we'd be good parents?
Yeah.
Oh God.
What?
You guys are raising animals.
Yeah, well, 4 too many.
It's chaos.
But do you understand what I'm saying though? Where it's like you don't want the next girl to have it
you
easy?
definitely want to mark your territory like in every way possible. You also want to make sure that the past girlfriends don't have any like they don't exist anymore. I remember when we first started dating, when I moved in with Dave and his old girlfriend had lived there before, and this was like that was really hard for me to handle. And I remember like when I moved in, I was going through, she had like these jars of beans, and I just remember like burning them. I just threw them away, but I was like, I would always call her the old witch. I'm like, the old witch is gone now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Women do that.
Well,
we do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm also though very possessive, clingy, jealous, obsessive. Like I'm just that person. Are you? I don't know. I'm very needy. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that I had to.
All the things you want in a girl.
I was all of those. You can't be that way with him. I think that he has an aversion to that type of like clingy. There's no way to be clingy with Bobby.
Right.
So in the beginning, I was a little bit, I didn't know how to be around him. I was very uneasy in who I was to him. And I think it caused a lot of problems early on. But as soon as I realized, like, look, dude, like, you can't chase him. He's going to be the animal that he is. And I mean, I could not even talk to him about little things that I would find in this house, like whether it was photographs of him like spreading a woman's ass cheeks open.
What?
Like, I mean, they were.
Hey.
I just had to learn to like toughen my own skin. It was really weird because I never had to deal with that. It wasn't one. So many. I mean, I still keep them because I can't even throw them away because it's like, well, that's his life.
History.
Yeah, it's history. It's kind of cool, actually.
It's proof.
Yeah, it is proof that it happened.
You threw away that little dollhouse, right?
What's in a dollhouse?
Well, the dollhouse was bad juju.
What is
I
the
would
doll?
put like he had this weird little pink dollhouse that always made me feel.
That was Sarah's.
Oh, that's why I didn't even know it was hers.
Yeah, it was Sarah's
but I don't
dollhouse.
dislike her. I think she's a great
cool,
girl.
yeah. But Sarah's dollhouse was here, and it was gone.
The only reason I got rid of it is because it had a creepy vibe to it, like something lived inside of it. So it had little windows I would cover with little index cards.
Yeah, it looked because she used to go to like thrift stores and buy these like weird shit.
It didn't give me a good feeling.
Here?
Yeah.
She just left. Yeah.
Right, I mean, you guys, you know.
But she does have a jacket of mine, but I can never ask it for it back. But I want it back.
Why
so
can't
bad.
you just ask for it back?
Because it's like it's weird.
Let
Because
her
then I have
have
to.
it. Let her
No,
have
it's a
it. She's
cool
a nice
jacket.
girl.
It's got like a fucking lion in the back. It's a green military jacket with a gigantic lion embroidered.
Does
on
she
the
still
back.
wear it?
No, I think she wears it at the comedy store. But I saw her yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I don't even
Just
know who this is.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Do you know Sarah Hyland? Not the girl from Modern Family, but the comedian Sarah Hyland
yeah, I
with the
haven't
blonde.
seen her in a long time.
Yeah. She's back now on Sundays. She's a friend. You know, she's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't end
I'm
weird.
sorry I threw her dollhouse. I didn't even know it was hers
I
until
fuck
now.
her dollhouse.
Why did you even bring it up? Now I feel bad.
I was just wondering where it was.
It has a spirit living inside it. She doesn't even know that.
Come on.
Spirit. It's Esther's ghost.
No, guys, I want to say that. I want to say this too, guys, and excuse me for saying it, and I feel really bad saying it, but up until yesterday, I swear to God, I didn't know what Reddit was.
You've
That's
heard
like
about it.
not possible.
You heard about
It's
it.
not.
I've heard
possible.
about it, but I didn't know what it was. I thought it was illegal.
Oh, I see. No, I
Like
see what
there
you're
was
saying.
elements of like if I go on it, right, that the FBI, and the CIA is gonna know my email
Like
address.
underground shit. Like
Yeah.
black market.
Well,
yeah.
but you just need Facebook for that.
Yeah, but then I explode a little bit, and I there's this thing, division, morbid reality. I clicked on that, and then they have umbrellas under that,
That's a tunnel.
and then people dying.
Oh God, it's the worst.
What?
Yeah, and then I saw the first video I saw was this young kid, 14 maybe, slicing a guy's head off that was alive. It was crazy, in high def.
What?
Yeah.
Just with a knife, and I don't really. She says I can get PTSD from that.
I don't think that you have to feel a certain way while you watch it, but it does creep into your subconscious, and I don't think that it is healthy for you to.
I am a little
subject
more
yourself.
depressed. I have to say, I really am.
Well,
But
yeah.
he has this thing. He has a fascination for tragedy porn. he loves looking at like kids. You know that image of that young boy in Syria covered in that soot and all that.
Oh, that's so sad.
Like he loves that stuff, and there
Not
that
in a
is
sexual way. Why'd you put porn in
no,
there?
I was
because
about to say, you don't have to say
feel like
porn in
that's-
kids.
that is a real sickness in America. People love to feel bad, and they go through the
like for
scroll
instance,
through,
when do you hear
but
about
they do nothing.
You hear about the Korean ferry?
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there was this Korean ferry, right? It was a boat, right? And there was these high school kids. They were doing a field trip to an island off of Korea, and it sank, and everyone died.
Mostly kids.
Mostly kids. And CNN had this video of a father, Korean father, seeing the body of his son, right? And you can't see his face. You just see the white tent. And what you also see is like police officers are around the tent protecting it. And you can hear the father mourn and grief, right? And all the police officers are crying, right? And I watched that probably 1,000 times.
What?
Because I cry. I like crying.
You know the story about that one of the teacher, like the teachers were at fault for that because they told all the kids to stay.
I know.
Put.
Yeah.
And one of the teachers that survived hung himself the next
Oh,
day.
yeah,
my
he did hung
God.
himself by an tree. So you did know about that.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, when you said Korean fairy, I thought you were talking about like a serial killer called the Korean fairy.
Oh my God. Yes.
Some guy in pink wings, you know what I mean?
Got to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, and also the captain of the ship, right, is in prison for life.
Yeah.
Because he abandoned ship.
He
right?
abandoned ship.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you're a captain, just any captain is listening right now. Not being real. It's not even a joke, okay? Look at me right now. If you're a captain of a fucking ferry or a cruise liner or anything of that sort, and the fucking ship's sinking, I better find your body on that fucking ship
Last
with
one.
the fucking passengers. You should be the last motherfucker in there, okay? You don't abandon ship.
True. That's bad.
It's bad.
I feel like you would be a captain who would abandon ship. There's no way you would stay on
It's
that.
like fucking shit like this. When she
so
says shit like
bad.
this, that really makes me fucking angry. and
So
puts me in a
bad.
fucking
There is
rage.
an
Power
element
couple.
There is no element of
of
that. Number one,
cowardice about you.
here's the second fucking thing now.
So
Power
bad.
couple at work right now.
Here's no, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Gilbert.
Okay.
Stop laughing.
You're
Okay.
a runner. You run when shit gets
Oh
bad. You're
Oh.
not a relationship stayer. Even in relationships, if something remotely goes bad, you want to just run the other direction. You don't want to fix things. You're not a true captain of the ship.
This is so
Stop.
bad.
No, just it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I just want to say this, okay? That. Let me ask you something. Am I a captain of a ship?
Well, you always say you're the captain.
I know.
of the ship.
Yeah, this because it's a metaphor, right? But am I a captain of a real ship? I'm asking a question.
No,
No. Why?
because you wouldn't know how to steer a boat in the right direction.
No, because I can learn all that stuff. Why? Because when shit went down, I'd be the first one to leave the fucking boat. That's why I'm not one.
Nice.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm responsible enough to know that there's
Pretty good.
there's no way I can be a captain of a ship because I will leave that motherfucker and you will be eaten by a shark. Okay? Am I in the military?
No.
Because I will run. I will not fight. These are things that I've made choices
deserter.
early on in my life. I look at my life, I look at myself in the mirror, and I know what my character defects are. Okay? I'm a coward. I'm a pussy. I don't fight. All right? But I have assets too that I do. And every human being should look at other faults and their weaknesses and their pros and cons and go, this is what I should do. Okay? So that's what you're saying. But what you're saying right now is blasphemy.
I only speak the truth. What are things you don't like about yourself? What do you think are your most obvious character defects?
Probably I tend to be pretty selfish because I was raised mostly as an only child because my half sister was out of the house. So yeah, and like being very needy and possessive over friends and people I'm dating and.
So those are you still have those character defects.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of my friends say I've come a long way, but I definitely still feel them.
Because you've had squabbles with other comedians.
Have I?
Not squabbles, but with, I don't know if I...
Can you pass me the water, please?
Which one? This one? Okay. Well, there just been like, you've been friends with a comedian and then there's been a fight and then...
I wouldn't say that we were friends and there was a fight. I would say that there are people that I don't get along with and try to avoid. And like for a while you think like, oh, because I do the same thing as this person, we have to all be friends and hang out, and then you mature and realize like, actually I don't like this person's behavior, so I'm just gonna not hang out with them.
That's what it is.
Maybe that.
Yeah. You're right.
Which I think is totally fine, and I don't think that means that I'm bad or that person's bad or any of those people are bad. I just think it's like, oh well, I'm not. I don't know. I like people who are a little more humble and little like less self-obsessed. Even though I tend to be selfish, I don't think I'm self-obsessed.
Self-obsessed, yeah. I mean, I know that, I could just name right now who doesn't like me. Right? Who? Vince Vaughn.
Oh, yeah, we talked about
I know that. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Christopher Titus. I didn't do anything to the guy.
He just hates. He thinks
he just doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of empowering to just be able to say that? It almost makes them look stupid because it's like, why the fuck don't you like that? Like, I don't know.
What? It's fine. You don't have to like me. You know
right.
what I mean? I don't know anything about.
I think that's a character defect. To be kind of a people pleaser and to always want to be liked.
Yeah.
That is just the most unrealistic thing you can ever ask. And there are people who constantly seek that.
Yeah.
And will kind of morph themselves into who they think that person will like more. Like, it's those are the dangerous types. I think people pleasers are probably one of the most dangerous types of people.
Well, it's also just like I can't imagine that that's anything but just being in a prison where you're like, oh my god, you're at the whim of everyone around you, basically.
Yeah.
You know what Mitzi Shore once told me? I swear to God, she told me. Back in the early, like mid-90s, I met Mitzi, and my friend Freddie Soto used to drive a limo, and he used to drive Mitzi around. Freddie Soto, by the way, anyone listening, is one of the funniest stand-ups I've ever seen. He passed away, but he is one of the funny. Look at him, he's had specials. He's one of the funniest guys ever. Okay, by the way. But Mitzi told me once. She goes, "Do you know what makes a star?" I go, "What?" She goes, "You have to have half the audience love you, and have half the audience hate you, at the same time."
That's crazy.
And I go, and I thought about that. Right, so it's like if you try to like get everyone to like you, right? It's just like there's only a couple of stars in the world that have that, and they're enigma, like Tom Hanks. I've never heard anyone go, "I hate that guy."
Actually,
fuck Forrest Gump.
I bet you there are, because nobody's safe. Jennifer Lawrence, everyone used to think she was the apple of everyone's eye, and I think that even T Swift.
Yeah.
There's.
But
just
you look
people...
at somebody like Roseanne Barr, is divisive. Jim Carrey, divisive. Like half people hate the whole time hated him from beginning to end. He's so broad, he fart humor, I think that it's really good to have people not like you and have enemies because you're doing something. I've had people call in when I've done radio and said, "I just think that you're awful." You want to have it with me and Nick Youssef?
What?
It was fucking believable. I was in Orlando, okay, where the tragedy happened. So let's moment of silence. But then what happened was years ago. Oh, here's another. Okay, I have two. I thought. I was going to say. No, here. Okay, so check it out. I was in Orlando at the Improv, and I couldn't get the back door to open, to get to the green room. So I had to go around. But as I'm going around, right, I heard a lady like talk about each poster that's on the wall that she couldn't see me and Nick Youssef. So she went to Gabriel Iglesias' photos. I love him, right? I just wanted to hear what she said because I know she was going down the line. Oh my God, D.L. Hughley, he's the best. Then she got to Mind headshot, right? And she goes, "This guy right here is the fucking worst." This lady, he is the fucking. I hate him. He's not funny. And then Nick and I walk so that she can see us. She goes, "I'm so sorry," when she saw me, and I just smiled because I know that that's not a bad thing.
But did you really smile? Were you dying?
No, I was complaining for 3 hours, but after that, when I thought about it,
I know you.
And then when I was
no way you were happy.
But can I say this? And I didn't know this, but when I was in Arlington, Virginia, 2 weeks ago, a lady came up to me and she goes, "I used to go to Virginia Tech. You performed there," and I go, "Oh yeah, I had completely forgot." I go, "When did I perform there?" Like 2 weeks before Cho Sung-wee.
Oh.
Jeez.
Wow,
Timing.
wow.
He could have been at my show.
Speaking of colleges, do you perform at colleges at all?
No, I never have.
So the University of Chicago, bless Chicago for this, basically put out a statement to all parents of incoming freshmen saying like, look, we're not going to coddle your children. We're not going to do these trigger warnings, and they're going to be exposed to some things they're going to be uncomfortable with, they don't agree with, and that's probably going to like, shock them, but we're not going to coddle them anymore. Good. Isn't that fucking great? That people are actually standing up to the fact that like a bunch of these college kids are just turning into just god-awful pussies. It's like that's why like comedians want to perform at colleges anymore.
Colleges used to be the best thing in the 80s.
What do you mean?
Is that NACA?
Like doing
NACA?
No, in the 70s and 80s, like people would want to perform at colleges because that was where you would get open thinkers, free thinkers, a lot of liberals, people with different ideas, extreme ideas sometimes, and you would perform. And but now it's so PC. I did a show in what was that, New Hampshire or someplace like that, and the next day they wrote an article saying that Bobby Lee perpetuates rape culture.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a single.
He doesn't have a single rape
joke in my act.
What?
Yeah, and then I literally was livid, and I called my agent. I go, that's it. No more colleges.
For instance, like now teachers are required because, like college professors, they're not safe unless they have tenure, right? Which they have to be in the game for a certain amount of time. But previous to that, they cannot get rehired. They can get fired. Anything that you can't be a boat rocker. In your early years of teaching, you cannot rock the boat. You can't have a student complain about you. So for instance, even reading something like The Great Gatsby, the trigger warning is always you're going to be exposed to misogyny and the idea of like, I don't know, like let's say assault. There has to be, now college students are demanding that there are warnings before they read a book, they watch a movie, before anything that they're exposed to, anything that they could possibly dislike, they want a warning.
Wow.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
It's so weird, especially like I was just in college, I don't know, like 7 years ago. How is it that different all of a sudden?
It is very different. So a lot of people, like mostly 28-year-olds, don't even have zero relatability to kids who are 24 who just got out of college. Like they can't relate to those kids, and it's only like a 4-year gap because of the difference in culture. And for instance, like George and I were talking about like microaggressions. They teach this in college where a simple question like, hey, like, where are you from? Is now we're supposed to take that offensively. We're supposed to take that as, oh, you're not being racially or culturally sensitive to me.
What?
And what you're saying, it's the liberals' fault, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
Both. It's
Come on, this specifically, yes.
No.
So everything is to be taken as hostile and derogatory. Like here's an example of some microaggression questions for you guys. When you say
no, but stop.
Go
I'm going
ahead.
to tell you why now. And
Why?
we talked about this a
We
month
did
ago.
Before, you were right in that. I saw your side of it.
No, I'm
Every time
not-
I jump on a mic, I feel like an idiot because you explained your side better before I can talk.
No, but I'm going to say this. Why? Is I already gave you the example, right, of me doing a NACA conference, right, and all the religious schools walked out of my show, and the liberal schools stayed. Okay, they're more open-minded. Yeah, they are.
They might.
They accept gays.
No, sweetie.
The liberal schools invented microaggressions and all of this shit.
You're right, because look, they stand on the right side of social justice, but they're on the wrong side of actual freedom of speech. They're on the right side when it comes to gay rights and women, like wage gaps and things of that sort. But in terms of freedom of speech, you're not allowed to say shit if you're a hyper liberal. Like everything offends you. George is right. For instance, this is one of them. Even if you say, something like, this is a microaggression, a perfect example. Oh, I'm sorry. I just get really OCD about that type of stuff. That's you being insensitive to someone possibly having a mental illness, and they can report you for a microaggression.
That's just insanity.
That's just like a.
That's
I'm sorry.
insanity. I've never even heard of that.
I'm so ADHD about this. Oh wow, Esther, that's.
I've never heard of. But see, the thing is, baby, I've never heard of that before.
There's a professor from like North Carolina who actually created this a list of microaggressions that we're supposed to take as hostile and derogatory. So a lot of these kids are now thinking they're victims of these aggressions.
I've never heard of it, so I don't know what you're saying.
That's so crazy. I mean, all I feel like I can do about that is just continue to be me. And if someone does accuse me of that, just be like, that's the way you feel, then this conversation should end.
Yeah. That's how I am too. It's like
go
listen,
home to mommy.
But ideology.
Esther, gotcha.
What were we at time?
Over for question whenever you're ready.
What time? Where are we at?
An hour. Over an hour.
Wow.
Esther's great.
That was great. You don't ever do an hour over an hour.
Whoa.
We do.
Yeah, but that was smoothly.
Smooth, very smooth.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna talk about this later with you. Okay. And you're anyway. Give me the question.
All right, bear with me. My voice is out.
We do questions.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and the little child alien.
This question is from our friend Bianca.
Sorry, guys. Gilbert's voice is out of commission.
This is for everyone.
Bianca.
This is for everyone, but mainly Bobby. Hey, Bobby. So I know that you smoke a lot and eat junk food and don't like to exercise. My dad is similar. Come on, don't make fun of me, man.
I don't say it again then.
Do you want me to read it,
No,
Gilbert?
I can't understand what a word you're saying.
I'm an actor. I'm an actor. I'm a trained actor. I can do this.
Can you go higher though?
Come on, man.
Try.
So I know that.
Yeah.
We tried.
All right.
Hey, Bobby. So I know that you smoke a lot and eat junk food and don't like to exercise. My dad is similar. He's in his 60s and has diabetes, and it's extremely difficult to motivate him to get healthy. I've noticed that more my mom nags him to exercise and eat well, the more he doesn't do it in spite of her. I'm sure Khalyla is experiencing this. I can get him to exercise if there is some end point we're heading towards, but that's about it. Coming from your perspective, what do you think is the best way to motivate you to exercise/eat well and be healthy? Or is it totally a lost cause now that you're set in your ways? We can all answer this.
I don't think it is. I think that, listen, it's all depends on the individual. It's like, if he knows that it's going to kill him, he should know that. Like, I know cigarettes are going to kill me. I know it. I'm going to die from it. I think there's a part of me that's accepted that. You know? So it's like, it depends on if he wants to live, he'll change. And if he doesn't want to, then he won't.
This can be one of the most frustrating positions to be in. Like when someone you love, all you want is for them to be healthy and happy and live a long, good life, and you can't control it. That is such a frustrating, like, I feel Bianca right now. It's like, it's infuriating.
You have somebody in your life like that?
Yeah.
Who?
Like,
well, sometimes I feel like that with my boyfriend. Like,
that's why I love him.
He's just not.
I do. I love him.
And maybe this is me being. I don't know. He's private, but.
I know he is.
There are certain ways he could be healthier, and I try, and it's hard because I'm not all that healthy either. But it's like.
See, Dave and I have the same body.
Yeah.
Okay. We have the same nails.
Yeah.
We do. We bite our nails.
Yes.
You have club fingers. Does he have clubbed fingers?
But I don't know, but he definitely like bites his.
He bites his nails skin to the blood, till there's blood.
Yeah, he likes to make himself bleed.
Yeah.
And to me, it just can't be good for you.
I know, but when I look at David, I look at a Jewish version of me. I do.
Yeah.
When I look at him, like, we're the same type. We're hilarious, to us. We're hilarious, right? We're creative, but we look like weird. We look weird physically. We've accepted that over the years. I'm not going to be fucking Brad Pitt ever.
So what do you do? Do you nag him? Do you try? How do you
trick him?
Yeah. Have you given up, or did you?
It's a little bit of everything. Like, I try to be. One thing that helps is like being playful and sweet about it instead of being nagging. Like, because that nagging and being nasty never works. So I find that you have to come at it from like a place of love and in a fun way, even though that might seem hard. Like, I don't know, like a game that I mean, this is so stupid and embarrassing, but like sometimes if Dave's like, I really want dessert, and like I know I do too, but I'm really in my mind I'm like, fuck, that's all I want is ice cream and cookies right now, but I'm trying to be an actress, and so I'll say like, okay, if you just go to bed and wait 30 minutes, cookies will appear.
In your dreams?
Yeah, no, like just like saying,
Magically?
like, I'll bring you cookies because I know he'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so embarrassing and lame.
It works though.
But that has worked a little bit. Although
He falls for it every time.
it works
Come on,
for, like,
Dave.
It
Come on,
works for
Dave.
a
Dave.
few months, but it hasn't worked lately.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think maybe like just trying to get someone to exercise, maybe like getting them a Fitbit or like nice sneakers or I don't know.
Oh yeah, that doesn't work with him because
Yeah.
I asked him the same question Bianca is asking, which is, what will it take for you to consider a lifestyle change? And he's like, I need a doctor to tell me I am completely unhealthy and that I'm probably gonna die this way. So I was like, okay, I'll make you a doctor's appointment. Doctor basically told him that nothing has changed.
That
love
has to
him.
be so frustrating for you
Yeah.
because you're a nurse.
It's but then you know what, my dad was similar. He just liked what he wanted. He wanted to eat what he wanted to eat,
Yeah.
and there's really no telling.
It's hard. I understand it. Like I eat bacon a lot, and I know that how bad bacon is. Like it's processed meat, it's
Yeah.
red meat. It's so bad for you, and I don't know.
Bacon's the best.
I just
So good.
when it's in front of me, I can't not eat it. So I get it.
So what's this show the call that you and Benji? I know it's gonna get picked up. So tell me what the show's
Bobby,
called.
that makes my heart so warm.
I know it's gonna get picked up. So tell me what
That's
it's called.
crazy.
I know what it's called because I watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Alone Together.
It's called Alone Together.
I love it.
Thank you.
Really cute.
Thank you.
And
So
also, what else can people look out for you in?
I have a podcast which I need to get. Bobby's been on, and he's
Love it.
been the favorite guest of all 100 episodes. Bobby's the favorite episode.
Did he
Highest
just
rated?
come on and abuse you?
Yes, it was. He did, and I'm trying to get Khalyla on. I think we're gonna try and do it this week,
Yeah, that'd be great.
and Gilbert too. And it's called Weird Adults with Little Esther.
Oh, you like that nickname, Little Esther?
Nah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're not
like
little
it.
anymore. I don't like that.
You know what?
No.
If you ever want to branch out of being like a comedian,
Yeah.
you could have your own cosmetic line. You look
You think?
so young, Esther.
I'm so obsessed with makeup right now. It's like,
but you wear none, which is
I
like
wear
you're so
very
Alicia
little.
Keys right now. You're just going
Thank
just
you.
barefaced, you know?
I have some eyeliner on, or should I say Kyliner?
Kyliner.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you bleach your teeth?
No.
They're so white.
Very white.
Really, my dad always says that. I'm like, what is he trying to get from me?
Nothing. It was just a compliment.
I don't know. Say nice things to my daughter.
Do I have anything to plug? I'm doing Austin, Dallas.
You're doing Brea first.
Brea.
He doesn't know his own
Wait,
dates.
am I doing San Francisco with you, or did that pass?
No, I haven't
didn't
done it yet.
pass.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm doing Austin, Dallas, Houston, Oddball.
Yeah, but
Oh,
before that,
shit.
he's doing La Brea Improv
Yeah,
on this weekend of the 16th.
of September.
Yep.
And then that movie comes out in November, right?
Oh,
October.
it does.
Which one?
Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Oh yeah.
And then that other one that I'm in.
Oh, the YouTube movie?
Yeah,
I mean,
Made in, Late in America.
where would you be without Khalyla?
Honestly, my opinion about that, I'll just say that right now, that I met my match.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll say.
she makes me so angry sometimes and infuriated.
I love
and
it.
I make faces like, oh, you know what I mean?
Do you and Dave
when-
fight hard?
No, for instance, I'll give you an example just now earlier, right? It's like I'm in a Vanguard in playing video games. In the middle of Vanguard. What did you say? Where's my sandals? What'd you say?
Because you stole my
I don't
sandals
care.
and you stretched them
I-
out
you
earlier with your
cannot-
white ass hobbit feet.
I don't care. I'm in the Vanguard with two people I don't know, and as soon as I turned, I died. Now these two people have to revive me that I don't know. It's rude.
They think you suck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rude. I can't just leave. She thinks I could just leave. I can't leave because their whole game is fucked then. These two innocent people.
Yeah.
And I get upset that he's upset that I interrupted him because I'm actually interrupting him for something real. Like I don't have slippers. My sandals are gone. So like what the fuck? And I had to take the puppy down.
I know. I'm sorry, baby. You're right.
And I'm not going to wear your god awful Crocs downstairs.
Why are you wearing Crocs?
What? I don't like your tone. Number
He
one.
has, oh my God, he has about 16 pairs. He even has the special edition Duck Dynasty pair.
Do you know why I wear Crocs?
Why?
Because I was in Hawaii, the last time we were in Hawaii, and I saw a couple of Japanese dudes, right? Who were like, you know how Japanese, they're future cool,
Yeah.
okay?
Agreed.
These two were future cool, like dope as fuck. They had tats, perfect ones, okay? They were wearing fucking clothes clothes you can't even fucking find in America, right? And they were wearing Crocs. It looked dope, bro.
I like it.
Yes, what I'm saying. As soon as I saw that, I go, why can't I wear them? Because people in our society make fun of them.
Yeah, but you have stubby legs. They just look strange on you.
I understand that when I see someone who looks cool doing something, I'm sold. I'm susceptible to future cool.
You're right. Yeah.
I get it.
When he goes to Barney's, he always asks when he buys colognes and stuff or scents. He never wants to smell good. He wants to smell like an old Greek church.
Why?
Like he wants to smell futuristic. Like
no, I want to smell like I don't want to smell like Steve Trevino, like some Mexican comic.
How does Steve Trevino smell like?
He just smells like Drakkar all the time.
Drakkar Noir.
Right? So I don't want to smell like him. I don't want to smell like Brent Ernst, who's probably wearing like
Davidoff.
Yeah.
Aqua di Gio.
Something like that, right?
Curve.
Nothing wrong with
I
Aqua
want to
di Gio.
smell when people smell me, they go, do you just come from a, you know what I mean, a wood factory, or, you know what I mean? Or were you in a different country? Or, you know, like I want people to, right, go, what the hell is that smell?
Mystery.
Like a mystery. Yeah.
It's really repulsive. Some of the scents he buys.
Yeah. Anyway. I love you though, babe. I really do love you.
You guys, she's so good for you.
All right.
Okay, yeah, no, I know. That's too much.
I already know. I already know that.
Sorry.
I already know that.
Maybe at the wedding.
You always have to be on his side, Esther.
I know.
Because you were friends with him first. There are gonna be some like resentments if you don't take his side.
There's no resent. I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't even see there being sides.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're one and the same.
We're all the same. It
I'm on
doesn't
your
fucking.
guys' side.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Wow.
Esther. And I want to say thank you so much for doing our podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I love you. Bye.
I love you guys too.
Esther, anything else you want to plug shows wise this week, next coming months?
Just my podcast, Weird Adults, on iTunes for
And then
audio.
your handles for everything?
At Little Esther and Esther Monster on Instagram and Snapchat.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow TigerBelly at TigerBelly on Instagram, on Twitter at the TigerBelly, and email.
Are we gonna play FIFA? One game.
Do one game.
Okay.
And email. I've been practicing. And email, just like Bianca, if you want to send an email, you can do it at thetigerbelly@gmail.com. Khalyla, anything else? My voice is bleeding.
You can find me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram at CalamityK. And that's it.
Bye.
And see you next week. Ciao.
Kaya kapag nandito lukma Syukulo kumula Sukutukan ko mo Makaki Syukumula Kau dapat kami ulabi Buruk kaya kapag nandito lukma